Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I will be reviewing Just Strife Hayes in about Guild Wars 1. Some people has recommended me to watch his channel, his video about Guild Wars 1 because apparently his video is different. So I want to see how different it is, and let's check it out together. I may not watch the entire thing, so let's see how it is.
Copper, and I found gold. Famous words, probably never said by Christopher Columbus himself, but this meme of him gazing into the distance with ships in the foreground does say it, and this is how I feel. The worst MMO ever series is all about finding the flops and the failures of the MMORPG world, but after 8 hours of playing Guild Wars 1, I might have found one of my newest favourite adventure games ever. And
Oh
for all of
really?
you screaming, Guild Wars 1 isn't an MMORPG, it's a cooperative adventure game. Don't worry, we will get to you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm Josh Strife Hayes, and this is Worst MMO Ever, a series where I play through the worst MMO games I can find so you don't have to. Drop a like on the video or sub to the channel for more MMO stuff. Ring the bell for all the future notifications. As usual, a massive thank you to all the supporters on Patreon and Twitch who keep the channel going. More on how you can support at the end. For now, let's begin. Guild Wars 1. Right, we have a lot to cover and no defined place to begin, because to understand even how to play Guild Wars 1, you need to understand the strange way it's been created and how its expansion packs worked. First off, yes, it's still online and still playable. In fact, the devs have basically said the resources required to run Guild Wars 1 are so small they'll keep it online indefinitely. There's even an article on the two guys who keep it going. It is, however, a paid game, but the whole appeal of Guild Wars 1, it was a buy once, play forever game, no monthly sub. It's even on Steam, but buying the whole thing gets kinda confusing, so let's break it down. The main game of Guild Wars 1 is made up of 3 chapters. Prophecies, which many assume is the core game because it was the first to release, then Factions, then Nightfall. There is narrative timeline flow from 1 to 3, but you can play them all in an interesting way. You can start a character on Prophecies, then play through it, then start a new character on Factions and play through that, then start a new character on Nightfall and play through that. And you're encouraged to do this because there are new classes in Factions and Nightfall. And if you start fresh in each chapter, you're able to play through that chapter's tutorial area and experience the whole story. But if you want to finish Prophecies and then use your old character to play through Factions or Nightfall, you can. You'll just be starting at a higher level and skip the tutorial sections of those chapters. Basically, if you and a friend both want to play through just Nightfall without completing Prophecies or Factions, you can just start at Nightfall, that's fine. And then, when you've got a higher level character on at least one of the chapters, you can move into the actual expansion Eye of the North, which is a load of content specifically designed for higher level characters. For this video, I'm going to start and play through the beginning of Prophecies, because I want to experience the actual start of the game as it was all those years ago. First up, character creation. I'm going with a Necromancer, because I'm hoping I get to raise an army of undead minions and siphon health away from enemies.
I love
Amazingly,
Necromancer.
the name Josh Strife Hayes isn't taken, and I can have a name with spaces finally. And we open into a cutscene. Cue the wave of nostalgia that's about to wash over all the Guild Wars 1's fans watching right now.
The last day dawns on the kingdom of Ascalon.
Nice.
It arrives with no fanfare, no tolling of alarms.
Yeah. Same music as Guild Wars 2.
Those who will remember will speak fondly of the warm morning breeze.
I like the area. I like the farming area.
People carry on with their daily lives, unaware that in a short while, everything they have ever known will come to an end.
Okay.
Scribe? Yes, my lord. These Char are relentless, but we shall hold the wall at all costs. Yes, my lord.
Okay.
Take this message to Sir Titus. Go forth and recruit the strongest.
I like the fact that they put voicing on characters like that, and that the voice are like it kind of fits the medieval era. I like that. I like the British accent and everything. Even if the design, the graphic design is kind of it's kind of basic, but it's still very yeah. So like I play RimWorld. For those who don't know, RimWorld has the most basic type of graphics, like seriously, but the game is so good because I just like the gameplay and the idea behind it. So yeah,
the smartest. Bring to me the bravest in all of Ascalon. Find me the heroes who will lead our kingdom to glory.
So the Char, that's those beastmen, are attacking and we need to go and make them stop. The game starts, WASD and left-click movement. Spacebar does not jump, because Guild Wars 1 has no Z-axis. There is no jumping in this game.
Okay.
All the maps are essentially a flat plane. And this does take some serious getting used to coming from the jumping puzzles of Guild Wars 2.
Yeah.
Thankfully, rebinding keys is really...
Okay, so he started with... He played Guild Wars 2 before playing Guild Wars 1, just like me. Yeah, I feel what he's saying.
Really easy. The interface in the game are top quality. Although we'll look at some stat screen issues later. Chat to this guard and he sends me...
Yeah, the UI is different. It's like kind of World of Warcraft type UI. Like, you know, if you look at the UI at the bottom here, it looks different. It looks more like World of Warcraft type.
Tidus. Most of the game is a third-person classic RPG adventure style, but you can zoom in and play first-person if you like, although it's not recommended because, as we'll see later, combat gets very tactical very quickly. The world map is relatively basic, lacking any signifiers of connected regions or easy-to-recognize locations of map transitions. Navigation is actually one of the qualms we'll keep coming back to. It's not bad. It could just have some quality of life improvements made to it to help new players navigate easier. Quick note about the sound. The soundtrack is absolutely amazing because it's done by Jeremy Soule, the genius behind Morrowind, Skyrim, Supreme Commander, Dawn of War, and Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. This is basically the go-to guy for video game soundtracks.
Yeah.
Head through the gate and, right, let's address the "this is not an MMORPG" argument. Guild Wars 1 is not fully open world. It doesn't even describe itself as an MMORPG. The cities and the safe zones are player hubs, and if you're in a city, you will see other people around you. When you leave into the surrounding wilderness, you'll be leaving into a specific instance that only you and your team will exist in. You won't bump into other players randomly in the wild. While in a major hub city, you can team up, and then you can go and take on whatever quest you've all got. This is the essence of the game design. Guild Wars 1 is much closer to a traditional RPG adventure game that just happens to be online. It's not an MMORPG as we would expect. It is an online experience, an adventure game with other players gathered into towns, creating smaller parties to go adventuring and exploring with. Now, you'd assume if the game was balanced around teamwork, you'd have issues once the player base begins to drop, but don't worry, they've thought of that, as we'll see later. We're told go and kill some scales down by a river. Combat is pretty simple. Left click an enemy to start auto-attacking, and you've got an ability hotbar down the bottom. Now, you can actually equip any weapon, no matter what class you chose. Weapons are not class specific. As long as you have the required skill level in the relevant skill, you can use it. And you'll see the hotbar down the bottom. You can mix and match abilities from two separate classes to make up your ideal set of abilities. A primary class you choose at the start, and then you can mix any secondary you like. But you can only change your abilities in a safe city. Once you leave to go adventuring, you've committed to that build for that adventure. Now, I'm a big fan of classic adventure RPGs, and so far, I was having a good time. But it was this exact moment that really made me smile.
What?
A picturesque fantasy village, waterfalls in the distance, a beautiful high fantasy musical score accompanying that classic adventure game graphical style, with textures a little bit too complicated and a little bit too saturated and angles a little bit too sharp. Right then I knew, even if I found aspects I'm going to dislike, and I do, I was probably going to like the overall experience of playing Guild Wars 1. Have a chat with a priest and he...
Just like Guild Wars 2, technically, I guess.
He sends me to deliver something. Now, you can use the world map to fast travel, but only to major hubs or cities you've already been to.
Like I said, as a music composer myself, music has a big, makes a big difference in a game. So if the music is good and the visual is good, if you combine both together, it makes the experience way more immersive. Just like a movie, technically, you know. Just if you remember the movie Jaws, you know the soundtrack, well the theme soundtrack where the Jaws approach, where sorry, where the shark approach, they go do 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 do. You see that kind of scared the shit out of you? Well, that's it. So music has a strong impact, just like Star Wars. Every music from John Williams, technically, or what's his name? The other guy who did Gladiator. Well, I have a blank right now. I'm tired. Yeah. So every like Gladiator, the movie itself, the team, like the soundtrack has a strong impact on whatever you're trying to show because the music it delivers a message at the same time. You know what I'm saying? This is very artistic. Like incline what I'm talking about. But if you're into music or any kind of artistic work, you will understand that everything matters when it comes to showing someone something. Not just the picture, not just the music. Everything all together has to fit. Even the story needs to fit. You know what I'm saying? So you need the five cherries. You know what I'm saying?
which saves a lot of time and I'm fine with. Now I get told to choose a second profession, so I do what anyone would do and go to the wiki to read up on the builds, and there are so many builds in Guild Wars 1, it is ridiculous.
What? Builds of what? Build short of runner, build. Huh? Build dagger spammer. What is this shish kebab? What the hell is all that?
There are literally thousands of abilities.
Thousands of ability. What? How do you get thousands? What? How do you?
And I'm
What?
not exaggerating, that's not hyperbole. There are, in fact, thousands of abilities.
How do you have thousands of ability? What the
The
hell?
first thing people explain to me is there is no best build, there are just complementary builds. And as a necromancer, it would benefit me some way to have a way to refill my own mana. So I went with Mesmer, which is a rather unique class to the Guild Wars franchise, kind of a wizard who focuses on manipulation magic.
What?
In Guild Wars 2, they can create portals to make the jumping puzzles trivial. In
Oh
Guild
my
Wars 1,
god,
they can
jumping
get you all your
puzzle.
stuff back.
Oh
For
my
my first Mesmer task, I need to go and kill a bull, and on the way I check my skills out, and what are all these little symbols next to the abilities? I don't know what they are. So I find a drop-down menu which explains them, but again, this is an aspect of the age of Guild Wars 1. This was a game released on physical CD. I've even got the Nightfall expansion pack in physical copy on my shelf in the background. You can see it in the live videos. And in all of those packs, you get a manual. And while you can still download the PDFs on the website, this game comes from an era where your parents would buy you a game and you would sit in the back of the car eagerly reading it. Or you would get home and install the game and sit on the toilet reading the manual as it installed.
Oh,
it's a
lol.
game that expects you to already know stuff because it gives you the reading to teach you the stuff. So I will forgive it this for not explaining it in-game. On the way, I get attacked and I get destroyed. Right, important note about enemies, they want you dead. And enemies have the same abilities as players.
What?
Enemies will use special attacks. You'll recognize them. They will heal themselves. They will crowd control
What?
you. The AI in Guild Wars 1 doesn't need to mob you or swarm you or overwhelm you because 2 or 3 enemies can just out-heal and outplay you, which is a design style I love. It makes each individual enemy potentially dangerous if you're not prepared. When you die, you'll resurrect at a shrine and get a little death debuff which drops off over time. And as I return to life, a small girl asks me to find her flute, saying she dropped it by a river. Okay, child, the Char invasion can clearly wait. This is obviously more important. But oh, here's an interesting quest. Form a party. That's the whole quest. Form a party with another player. So I decide, let's go to town and try and do this. I have a quick look at who's around, and the answer is not many people.
Okay.
I do see one person. I say hi, and they disappear. Wow, rude.
Did
I
she?
explore around some more, and I managed to find the area from the cutscene. Oh, cool. I love it when you can visit places in-game that you've seen in cutscenes, and they look identical. I really thought there'd be like a main town square or something, but no, this whole place seems pretty deserted. I do see some more quest givers though, and here's an issue. The minimap and the world map do not show you quest givers or available quests. You need to just wander around until you find them. And the community seem fine with this. Now, personally, I like to know where the available quests are, but I will live with this design. Once you are on a quest, you can select it from your list, and you'll have a green star appear on the world map showing you where to go, but no such system for finding them. Combat starts slow, but I do feel my abilities are substantial. Each one affects combat, I can level up, and I get some stat points, and you can spend your points in various skills. You need to hit certain thresholds to use certain items, and increased skills means certain spells are now more effective. And in a very nice touch, you can reassign your skills while in any safe zone, so you can try out a variety of builds before you go adventuring. I like this. It means you're not forced to make an alternate character for every single playstyle of your main class. I go and kill some more bandits, and once I've actually started...
That was interesting, actually, the whatever he said. I like that. Wait a second, guys.
quest, you can select it from your list, and and you can spend your points in various skills. You need to hit certain.
So you get points. Points. You attribute 5 unused point. Blood magic, death magic, soul reaping, curse. All right. I like warlock dot style. Well, I like necromancer. Necromancer, AoE, and dots. You know, like from World of Warcraft. So basically, I would throw pets at you, like minions, and then I would apply curses, like like dots, as we call it, and you would just burn down. I like that kind of playstyle. I don't know if they have that in there. That's interesting.
Thresholds to use certain items, and increased skills means certain spells are now more effective. And in a very nice touch, you can reassign your skills while in any safe zone, so you can try out a variety of builds before you go adventuring. I like this. It means you're not forced to make an alternate character for every single playstyle of your...
Wait a second, I remember this place. I did play freaking Guild Wars 1 long time ago. No, I remember. I did play the game. It was I think I remember. I think, but it was free to play, I believe. Was it free to play? I forgot. But I know I remember this field over here. I remember it. So I did play it, but holy shish kebab! I just forgot everything. It's anyway.
Main class.
Holy
I go and
shish
kill some
kebab.
more bandits, and once I've actually started reading and using my skills tactically, the whole vibe changes. I can drain the enemy's health with my necromancer skills and refill my own heavily with my mesmer skills. I'm basically a self-healing wizard tank. I grab this quest item and carry it back. Literally, you have to actually grab and carry the item. Try not to get attacked along the way.
Oh.
Except a few more quests, because Guild Wars 1 is designed so completing quests and pushing through the story is explicitly more effective than grinding enemies. The max level is only 20. And the first chapter, Prophecies, the one I'm playing now, will get you there about halfway through the story. Factions and Nightfall will actually get you there much, much quicker. Because once you're at level 20, it's about finding builds and skill points and items and team-based tactics to win any encounter. As we'll see later, it's less a level-based MMO grind and much more a classic RPG strategy game. Knowing I can self-heal, can I kill the Mesmer Quest Bull boss? Yes. Yes, I can. Quite easily, in fact. Now, I could go and try all the other secondary classes, but I'm pretty happy with a self-healing necromancer, so I'll stick with this. Titus asks if I'm ready to go fight some Char, and I say, sure. This starts a 30-second countdown and warns me I'm about to leave everything behind, and here is where I made a mistake.
What?
Because the area I'm in right now is known as the pre-searing, and once you leave, you cannot return. And there are things in here it's very important to get, like skills, armor, weapons, and skill points. Now, the skills and items you can pick up later in the game, it's not a problem, but remember that little girl's flute I didn't find? Completing that quest gives you an item that you need hundreds of hours later in the Eye of the North expansion.
No!
And if you don't get the secondary class skill points from here, you basically lose them. This is like a LucasArts point-and-click game. One early mistake and you pay for it later. Or not quite as game-breakingly harsh.
Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna. Thanks for the tips, though. So I will do the flute thing quest.
There is even an entire community built around playing Guild Wars 1 only in the pre-searing map. This is like the intro tutorial, and there's a small demographic of players who literally exist only here. But I have committed to leaving, so off we go. 30-second countdown starts, and we're thrown into the first instanced adventure map with our henchman, and this is a brilliant system for solo players. Remember how the game is designed around having a party of players outside of towns? Well, if you can't find human players, you can just take AI-controlled henchmen, and they're actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Will
Henchman. Someone. Was it Alaya? She actually explained to me a little bit how it works. Henchman. It's like NPC. I like that, companions that follows you and assist you. That is I love that. That's exactly why I bought Elder Scroll Online. That's because of the expansion. Because of the expansion, that you get a companion that help you and assist you, and you can also gear up. You can gear up. Your companion gains skills as you level him up. That's the reason why I play Elder Scroll Online. Unfortunately, something happened and I couldn't play it anymore. But yeah, if you have henchmen over here, not only do you have more than one henchman, like shish kebab, you can have like what, 5 henchmen, like 4, 5. That's crazy. And if you can attribute like spells to them and attribute gears to them, that's even more insane. That's even more insane. Like seriously, like let me see what he says.
always try and heal you. The tank will grab the aggro. Now, you can't alter their weapons or equipment or skills, and you can't issue specific orders like who to attack or...
Oh, okay, so it's pretty much like Final Fantasy 14 command the command team thingy, the command squad thing. It's a little bit like that. It's like whenever you attack someone, everybody attack that same mob. Technically, I thought you could. Oh yeah, well yeah, well it's better than nothing, I guess. At least you have a tank, a healer, and a DPS. I guess it's pretty much like Final. You know, I don't know who came first. Is it Final Fantasy 14 who had the idea of having like like an AI and PC assisting you, because they have that too. So now I see that Guild Wars 1 have that too. That's interesting.
who to heal, but they will make the right decision most of the time.
Yeah.
But
okay.
in the Nightfall chapter and the Eye of the North expansion, the henchman system got upgraded into the hero system. Now with heroes, you actually can change their equipment and customize their skills.
Are you insane? So I got the henchman in the prophecy. That's the first one, prophecy, I believe. Yeah. So with retail, the first one I get henchman. Oh, I thought it's only in Nightfall you get henchman. Okay, so that's a game changer actually. So that's interesting. But only in Nightfall you'll be able to change their gear and shit. Okay, that's good. Well, that's even better.
Combat choices. You basically build your own tactical team of 7 controlled companions.
What? Whoa! Did you just say 7 control companion? Are you insane? I'm seeing 3 right now. Holy! Are you? 7 companions? Are you? What the hell? What? What? I don't. What? What's going on? What? That's a lot, 7. What the shish kebab is this shit? Holy shish kebab.
Some heroes need you to follow quest lines to unlock. Some need to not be in the party to unlock new quest lines. And having a team of maxed out heroes makes taking on the game's hardest challenges possible as a solo player. We need to hunt down Doomtooth, so me and my team set off. This henchman system is brilliant. It can help if you look at Guild Wars 1 as a traditional RPG adventure game, with classes and stats and levels and skills, with a storyline and side quests that just happens to also be online. It's a narrative adventure game where your friends can choose to join you on your adventure. It's less massively multiplayer and more instanced multiplayer. Guild Wars 1 describes itself as an online RPG, and honestly, the focus on narrative adventures and meaningful plot-driven quests with named characters that I can team up with other players to complete, or use henchmen if my friends are busy, over the usual MMO trope of kill X or collect X with no real relation to a greater narrative, is a really nice experience. Guild Wars 1 feels like an adventure I want to go on.
Well, that's pretty much what I do in Guild Wars 2. In Guild Wars 2, I'm not too much into the end game of legendaries and fashion war. I'm more into exploration and solo PvE, SPVE. So I have a funny feeling that I'm gonna like Guild Wars 1 now. I have a funny feeling. I don't know. I'm just saying, because that's exactly what I'm doing in Guild Wars 2. I'm just exploring. I do PvP, but way less than before. Usually, back in World of Warcraft, I would only do Battlegrounds 95% of the time. I log in, Battlegrounds, all day I would just Battleground. Like Wintergrass, freaking not Tol Barad, Ashran, freaking Warsong, Arathi. I would just do Battleground. But now I'm playing Guild Wars 2, I'm more like into SPVE. But now I'm looking at this shit, and I'm like, well, this game, and I'm like, wait a second, I get 7 henchmen? And I get to explore, discover as a solo player? Bro, I'm buying the game. I don't care. But now that's the thing. Are people gonna ask me? So are you gonna quit Guild Wars 2? Well, no. I mean, because in End of the Dragon, I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot to explore, a lot to discover, right? So if there's a lot of exploration in Guild, you know what? I did not complete Terria's map. There's, I think 50% of the map I haven't even discovered yet. So I don't think I'm gonna leave Guild Wars 2. But what I'm saying is that I think I'm gonna like Guild Wars 1. And I don't want you guys to be afraid or scared that I'm gonna leave Guild Wars 2 because I don't think I will because I do love it. I do love it. Like don't get mad at, don't get angry. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I do love it. So I don't know. Yeah, I really need to try Guild Wars 1. I did play Guild Wars 1 back in the days when there was a free trial, I believe. I do remember, but I just completely forget everything from scratch. I just remember I was in one place. That scene that I showed you before. I remember I was there. I think I was a hunter or a ranger with a bow, if I remember correctly. I think I took the ranger, yeah, because I was still playing World of Warcraft that time. Anyway, yo, I like this. I'm starting to like this. Like seriously, that this is super mega interesting. That you can have companions that you can gear up. Man, this is a game changer. Right now, I'm telling you right now, if I like Guild Wars 1, the way I think it's good, holy shish kebab. I think I'm gonna be in heaven. I think I'm gonna be in heaven. That doesn't mean I'm gonna leave Guild Wars 2. Don't get me wrong. Again, if there's a lot of it, if there's a lot to explore, I'm gonna stay to Guild Wars 2. I'll do both for God's sake. Oh my God.
Not just an adventure I happen to be on. So we kill the boss. The kingdom is saved, and then oh.
Huh? Nice. So there's a lore. Nice. Well, there's a lore. Of course there's a lore.
It was on that day that the Char discovered a way around the Great Wall, a way to bring it down.
The Char. Okay, so they have Char in Guild Wars 1, but they're not playable. Okay. Interesting. So that's where the Chars come from. So there's a lore in Guild Wars 1 that is the beginning of what is it, Guild Wars 2's Char. So it's good. It's good. Well, yeah, it's good. Well, yeah, it's good because it's good. It's good to know. The Chars. So I'm assuming there were enemies, the Char and whatever humans. I don't know because the Char are not playable in this in Guild Wars 1. All right, one second, guys. There we go. Okay.
That was the Searing, the event we cannot return from. It is now 2 years later, and Ascalon is basically destroyed. The Char found a way to break the wall, and I guess we lost. There's an emissary from Kryta who's arrived, and we need to go and chat to them. Tidus has been promoted in the 2 years since, and is now War Master, and he tells us, nope, don't talk with that dude, he is bad news, but we ignore him and go anyway. The game even reminds you about henchmen in the quest description. Now, if you do take henchmen, the experience you get will be split evenly between you, despite the fact they don't level up, and they will even take some of your gold drops, but it is worth it just to have the support of the team.
Whoa. Henchmen, they take a cut of your gold. Are you serious? Why? They're NPCs. What are they gonna do with it? They're gonna buy a car? What the? What the? Whoa! Okay, so there's a trap. So the more henchmen you have, the more money, the more gold they take from you from questing and shit. Okay. Well, I mean, if it can help you to do quests together, well, no, why not? It's pretty much like in Elite Dangerous, the space game that I play. I have a pilot, a co-pilot as you call it, and she helps me when I do PvE. And whatever I makes from any type of trading or PvE mission, she takes like, I think it's 5%. Is it 5%? I think it's 10% or 5% of everything I make, which is okay because she is very good at helping me in instances where I need help, like against like pirates and shit. So yeah, no, I get the feeling, I get the gist, it's okay, but
the ambassador dude, the one everyone was saying was terrible, literally gives me a quest to deliver some supplies he bought for an orphanage in the city, meaning the dude is either super cool and everyone's got him wrong, or this is a really nefarious plot. Hand the stuff for the orphans to a lady in the city and then head back. There is a lot of walking in the early game, but the music is nice and I like looking at how the landscape has changed. And oh cool, you get a skill for completing the quest. That's one of the benefits of having a narrative-driven game. You can advance the player as they progress and regulate the amount of complexity they have access to, so you're not overwhelming new players too early. And just as I'm getting confident with my group of henchmen, the game reminds me not to. The enemy have healers, and they are chain healing each other and
Oh,
then healing their frontline fighters faster
oh,
than we can hurt them. I love this combat. It's not mindless, it's chaotic, but still in an organised way. It's actually very tactical. Honestly, Guild Wars 1 feels more like a strategy game and less like an action game. Like your
oh,
balance.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I love strategy game. I love strategy game. Like, hello. Oh, of course I'm gonna like yo, bro. I love RimWorld. I love freaking Kenshi, freaking Frostpunk, strategy shit. I love this. I love strategy game. All right, I think I'm getting hyped now. Right now, are you guys feeling the hype? Because I'm feeling the hype right now. What's going on? The fuck?
It's in your resources and your enemy's resources, and you're trying to interrupt their plans as you establish your own and put yours into motion. I can imagine with human players, these missions get really tactical. We actually die to this group of enemies, not because they're more powerful, but because I didn't organise well enough. And when you're in the wilds, you have to wait for your whole group to wipe before you can revive at the nearest revive point.
Oh.
Also, quests don't have recommended levels listed with them. You don't really know how difficult a quest is going to be before you take it on, but the early game stuff seems pretty well balanced. I'm guessing it's balanced around map location of rough level that you'd be. Enter a new area. Now I've learned to focus on the healers, so every combat encounter is now quite fun. You need to focus enough to know that you're on top of things and abilities are being used, but it's not so intense it becomes draining to repeat it. It is so much closer to a classic tactic game than the action combat of Guild Wars 2. I've only been playing a short time and I can already see why hardcore fans of Guild Wars 1 would not like the transition to Guild Wars 2. Because honestly, they are two very...
It remind me of original, what is it, Original Sin? Divinity 2 Original Sin, something like that I purchased on Steam. But it's a little bit different. This one is more like dynamic, like whereas you actually go in and you just strategically trying to, like use your henchmen to beat the other group of mobs. But in Divinity Original Sins, it's more like of a strategy, like a tile-based game where you need to use you have to consume points in order to advance and shit. So yeah, Joe, I like this. I like this Guild Wars 1 strategy and like all this shit, the entire shebang. I'll be very, very honest, and I'm not saying this because whatever. I'm saying it because I like this kind of fucking game. But I did not know it was like that. I did not know Guild Wars 1 was like that. Now, oh shit, now I sincerely wanna buy the game now. What the fuck?
different games. One kind of annoying issue. The lack of a Z-axis means you have to find the downward slopes to move up or down hills, and there's no real way to know which slope you can walk up or down until you try.
Yeah.
Oh, also the friendly henchman AoE skill and the enemy damaging AoE skill look exactly the same. Like if you're standing in a magic damage zone with spells raining down on you, you have to just watch and see if it's your own safe magic zone or the enemy's magic zone. If you start taking damage, you need to move. Guild Wars 1 is a great game, but it's not perfect. Ground markers could be...
Well, it's better than nothing. I mean, I don't know. Just saying.
...be useful. We get into a pretty damn big fight. Actually lose our own healer and mage halfway through. Now, you are meant to have a resurrection ability by now, but that was gained back in the pre-searing and I just missed it. So I guess we're pushing on without them. Remember, they can't resurrect until we wipe, and each journey outside of a city is basically a mini isolated adventure, so it's just me and the tank now. Problem is, we found this quest boss, and he has a self-heal. This is what I mean by enemies using player skills. This boss can out-heal me and the tank, but we can out-heal his damage, so we're stuck in a stalemate. I need the rest of my team to beat this dude, and we don't have the DPS, so we have to die. And for some reason, we revive directly into another fight. Now, spawn count. The AI really is similar to players. One good aspect, once you've killed an enemy mob in your current instance, they stay dead, provided you're not...
Okay, wait a second. You can have a maximum of 3 companion henchmen, like in your group, but you can have up to 7. But I mean, presently speaking, you cannot go over 3 like at the same time. Am I correct? Because I can't believe that you have 7. That you can have 7 of them playing with you at the same time. I cannot believe that. I don't think so.
In a specific cooperative mission. They only respawn once you return to town and then rejoin the wild instance. So you can die repeatedly and just keep trying to make progress as long as you don't leave the map. And with this tactic, we kill the boss. One bad aspect, my inventory is full. And you cannot drop items until your account is at least 24 hours old. You must go to...
Are you? Okay, why? Why do you do that? Why do you 20? Why you have to wait 24 hours before? What? Yo. That's not cool, man. That's one thing I didn't like. And Guild Wars 2 did the same thing. There's like a time limit. There's like a countdown before you can actually do trading or sell stuff or send something to your friend or like I don't understand that thing. What does that have to do? Why would you do that? Oh, because of bots? Oh my God, really, man.
not drop items until your account is at least 24 hours old.
Oh
You
my
must
God.
go to a merchant and sell stuff.
Oh, okay. You mean the ability to drop an item from your thing? You can't do that. You need to sell, which obliges you to go back to the village in order to. Okay. What the shish kebab is this, man? What the?
I paid for the game. I should be able to drop items whenever the hell I want
Yeah, yeah.
to. Back into town, more classic game.
Yeah, but I think the reason they do that, why would they? I don't know. Does anyone know why ANET does that? Like, why would you do that? Even in classic WoW, they don't do that. Final Fantasy 14, you don't have that option, that issue. If you want to attract more players, you may want to reconsider some of your rules and stuff. I don't know if ANETs want more player, but that's one thing that's kind of I don't know how to say it better. But if I have to speculate, I think if I have to speculate, the main reason would be that ANET wants new player to come back at the village to see people, to socialize and meet with new people. And I think that's what I'm thinking. Because the more chances you meet people, the more fun you have in a sense. Just like FF14, like this is my speculation, I think. Anyway, I don't know.
Issues. The minimap and world map do not show the locations of NPCs, so I don't know where the merchants are. It's one of those cases where the best way to know what to do is to already know what to do. Of course, now there's a wiki and maps and you can find NPCs, but without this info, navigation in cities is frustratingly trial and error. There are some collector NPCs who want specific crafted materials to trade for things, but it doesn't give me any information on how to get the things they want. I know this is just a staple of old RPG games, but adding a little tooltip of your cursor over saying, oh, here's how you get this material, here is where it drops, would go a long way to helping accessibility in the early game.
Yeah, but I think they want people to make a research online on wiki and stuff. It makes it more intriguing, I guess. I don't know, because if everything, yeah, I understand what he's saying. Like, it's easier, just like in World of Warcraft. Like, it tells you where you need to go to find it. I know, yeah, but this is I think the the idea behind this is to actually make it so adventurous. Like, imagine you go travel in the world and you just want to get lost, and in order to find something you really need to search hard to figure out what you want to find. You know what I mean? Is like you just have to search for it, and you're like, why do I need to search for it? You just tell me where it is. Well, if I am to tell you where it is, it wouldn't be an adventure anymore. Oh my God, you got me right there. You got me right there, right there. Oh.
I even Google around for some mods. Mainly I want to see if there's a quest start location highlighter on the map somewhere. But everyone just says use the wiki. So I guess wiki it is.
Yeah, everybody says use the wiki because use the wiki.
The only part of the game you can really permanently miss is the pre-searing. So at least I'll be able to come back later if I like and do all the quests that I've missed. While reading around, I find this interesting Reddit thread and then this article about the future of Guild Wars 1. They've basically said as long as Guild Wars 2 is running, they'll keep Guild Wars 1 alive, because it's such a small amount of server capacity they don't mind sparing it. And I mean, it did release in 2005 and they've kept it online for 16 years.
Well, anything is doable. If I play RimWorld, which has the lowest graphic design that you can ever imagine. I mean, RimWorld, if you look at the graphic, it's so cheap. But it's so fun. Like, there are literally hundreds of thousands of people who play that game. I've been spending many hours. I think I spend most hours in RimWorld than any MMORPG. So it's not just about it's not about the game graphic design level. It's about the gameplay as well. You know what I mean? The lore, the story, the music, the SFX. You know, it doesn't have to be just about the graphic. Look at the, what is it, Fallout, the game Fallout. You know, the, what is it? Is this Fallout 76? The Fallout in, the one that people are inside the freaking tunnel thing, where you actually send the some of your NPC to go outside and find legendaries, and then they come back a few days later and they find legendary and shit. Yeah, see the graphic is cheap as, is like cheap as graphic design, but the idea is majestic. The idea behind it is majestic. To send out someone while you log out the game, you have an NPC that goes out and find items and armors. They have the chance to die as much as they have the chance to survive, depending on what kind of gear and medicine you give them. And they can also find legendaries, recipes, and shit like that. That's the idea behind this is so majestic. I'm like, holy shit. In the game, but the game level, the graphic design is so disgusting. Well, not that disgusting, but it's so basic. But how is it that I'm so hooked to that game? Because the idea is majestic. Are you feeling my drift? So it's not just about the graphic. It's also the gameplay, the idea. Are you feeling my drift? Oh man, you know what? Sorry guys, here we go.
Despite Guild Wars 2 releasing in 2012, that's a pretty good commitment to your player base. Adventure around some more, find this
I really want to play this game, by the way. You know, I'm going to give you my final review after... Well, my final thoughts after this.
Random statue with some lore written on it and some random NPCs. Assume these are class quests or used in later quests I'm not currently on. I like finding random stuff in the world like this. Makes it feel like a real adventure game. Reminds me of like the PlayStation 1 games when you'd find something and you have no idea what it is. A world that exists outside of your own actions. You are involved in the world's story, but you are not a hero. You're just an adventurer doing your best. The whole thing so far feels very late 90s, early 2000s, very Dungeons and Dragons. I actually feel like I'm adventuring into the unknown right now, and I'm really enjoying it. It's hard to explain the difference between feeling like you're playing an MMO and feeling like you're playing an online adventure game, but here's my attempt. The main difference is, right now, I actually care about the adventure I'm going on, and it feels like an adventure because I don't care about my levels or my stats. The game has actually given me all the skills and abilities I need to survive the adventure it is putting first. The fact that it's online is a second, almost irrelevant bit right now. Guild Wars 1 isn't an MMORPG. It's a classic RPG with online bits. Back in the city and Crafters Corner.
Man, I just want to say that his Just Strife explanation of this game is way better than the Lazy Peon. Because the Lazy Peon, I don't know, man. He just went straight. I don't know, man. There's something I did not know about the fact. I don't know. He was too harsh. But this guy, Just Strife, he actually gives a great example. He explained it very well, and everything he says makes all the sense. All makes sense to me, and I can feel what he's saying. I think I understand what he's saying, and I think I'm gonna love. I think I'm gonna love this game more than Guild Wars 2. And I don't like to say this, guys. So I'll be honest with you. I don't like to say this, but I have a big feeling that I'm gonna love Guild Wars 1 more than Guild Wars 2 because I like the gameplay. I just like the gameplay. Are you feeling? No, but don't get me wrong. I'm still gonna play Guild Wars 2 because there's so many things I haven't explored yet. Are you? Everyone's like, are you serious? You're not gonna stop? No. Bro, I'll do both. I'll do Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2. Go, bro. I used to have 3 girlfriends before. No, I'm joking. Well, actually, it's not a joke, but it's a joke, you know. But let's not go too deep into that. But I can multitask, okay, guys. Don't get me wrong. Do not panic, and nobody panics. Okay, here we go.
Corner. This will be useful once I know where to get any of this stuff, I'm sure. While playing, I'm wondering how much I've damaged my complete meta playthrough by leaving the pre-searing too early, so I find a checklist and it's actually not that bad. I can still buy the resurrection skill, I've missed a few secondary skill points, but nothing game-breaking, and I've skipped some weapons and armour, but I'll survive. Honestly, I'll be making a new character for Factions and Nightfall and then choosing my favourite to move on to Eye of the North anyway, so I'm not too worried about this. Hand in some more quests, get sent to go and check on the Char camp to the north, run through the ramparts and spot this absolutely gigantic Magic the Gathering card, clearly some sort of sliver. This siege engine bothers me because it's using a trebuchet-style counterweight but a catapult-style launching cradle. Pick one and stick with it, and the correct choice is trebuchet. This NPC asks if I want to go to Embark Beach, and I don't know, do I? Yes. So I go to Embark Beach and, oh, it's actually quite busy. There's a player base. But everyone is level 20. Right, I don't want to be here, do I? This is wrong. I have a chat with some players and, right, this is actually quite a cool feature. Embark Beach is a gathering location where players from all of the chapters can form parties and then access whatever cooperative mission they happen to be on at the time. So it's basically a massive social hub for finding a group of players to help on whatever you need help on. I'm going to stick with using henchmen for now, because taking a load of maxed out level 20s might kill the balance somewhat. We need to search for the Char army north of the wall, and oh, this is lovely. This
Whoa, she has a ranger with him? Nice.
Bridge facing the ruined chapel with the sunlight behind it and some stained glass left. That's a beautiful set piece right there. Map ambience and graphical...
Oh, imagine if Guild Wars 2 would have, how can I say, imagine if Guild Wars 2 was like an extension of this game, in the sense that, I don't know how to explain. Like, let's say it would be the same thing as this, but with better graphic, better zone, bigger maps, more henchmen, more option of henchmen. Oh my god, this is insane, man. I love this shit. I love this. I'm afraid. Well, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to be in love with this game and to forget Guild Wars 2. I don't think I'm gonna do that, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid after I start playing this game, I'll be like, you know what, guys? Guild Wars 1 it is. And you'll be like, yo, bro, what about us? Guild Wars 2, what about us? I'm like, yo, I'm still there, but I'm busy with Guild Wars 1 right now. You know, I have some quests. Yeah, but you've been on that game for like 3 weeks. What about us? Yeah, I'm still there. It's just that there's some quests. You know, no. Oh my god, are you insane? Don't tell me I'm gonna... You know what, guys? I'll do both. Okay, let me make you a promise. I'll make you a promise, okay? I will never leave Guild Wars 2. That's for sure. It's because of Guild Wars 2 that I'm actually discovering Guild Wars 1, technically. So I'll never leave Guild Wars 2. I will play Guild Wars 1. I will make reviews and whatever. But I will also play Guild Wars 2. I will never leave... You know, I'll never leave Guild Wars 2. It's like having 2 girlfriends. Well, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I love both of you. Okay? Even if you even if you disagree with me dating both of you, I still love both of you. Okay? All right, let's settle down. All right? Here we go.
Design has so far been stellar. Now we need to go north, and while the environmental design is great, the actual walkways of the map are pretty linear, so I hope I'm going the right way, but I can't really think of how it would be the wrong way.
I like I don't know why, but I like the UI, you know, the UI quality, like when it goes zzz, like it's like freaking it's I like that. I just like that. I don't know, man. But the shish kebab, I like that, and I like the bar, I don't know, it's kind of like World of Warcraft cool. I don't know how to explain, man.
There aren't that many ways to go. I bump into some named enemies along the way, probably mini-bosses of a sort, and each one actually uses different abilities, which is nice.
This, like, for some reason, it reminds me of Dungeons and Dragons. Like, I imagine this being Dungeon and Dragon, technically, something like that, but like, just like that, you know? Like,
this dude will not stop healing himself. I'm having to save up my mana, wait for him to heal, and then go full burst DPS and hope we can burn him down before he heals again. I actually get quite lost on this map and backtrack quite a long way before noticing a lever that I just missed. So, yeah, that one's on me. My bad. Oh, nice. The enemies are fighting each other. I love it when there's internal conflict between third parties in games. Really fleshes out the world beyond just you. Kill a big scorpion and find some random dude's armor. It's a quest item. I'll just hold on to it for now. I still hope I'm going the right way. Oh, I find a ghost. And oh, he takes the armor off me. Right, it's a bonus hidden quest. Find 4 bits of armor, return it to the dude. Okay. Is this just within this small map, or all over the world, or how does this work? You know what, let's just look up a map and... right, now I see how these work. Cities are multiplayer hubs. Exploring the areas around town is still instanced areas, but what I'm on now is a specific cooperative mission. It's basically a dungeon. You start, you fight through, you do the objective, you finish. The wiki even shows how many cooperative missions each chapter has, and you can play them on normal or hard mode to get different rewards. And most of them have a hidden bonus quest, so the mission map is relatively linear. It's basically an early game dungeon. And I love early game dungeons.
Mm.
Right, now I know what the game is giving me, I'm all too happy to jump back into it. Now I know what this experience is, I understand it.
Mm.
If your party wipes during these cooperative missions, you'll go back to the start and have to do them again. So when you see a new enemy, you're probably going the right way. Oh, and the world map becomes just an area map, and you have this handy-dandy red dotted line showing you where you've been, which makes exploring easier. It means backwards navigation is guided, but forwards navigation needs to be trailblazing. This is great. I managed to find all 4 bits of ghost armor, mostly thanks to help from the wiki, hand them in, and 1,000 bonus experience. Fantastic.
Oh, nice.
You know, even though I'm the only player, the human player in this map right now, I don't feel lonely, because the henchman keeps saying little sarcastic quips whenever we stand around, or battle cries when we run in. It feels like a nice little team. The fact that an online RPG from 2005...
I like this. I sincerely love this idea. Oh, man. Bro, I love this shit. Question, do they have legendaries in this? Like, legendaries? Like, can you get are there any legendary gear in there? Because, oh, man. I'm super hyped right now. Seriously, what the fuck?
It's still playable and completely solo friendly 16 years later, and balanced. Really shows how well designed this system was. The self-healing bosses though, they get irritating, but I've not really got a leg to stand on because I've been self-healing, so this is just a taste of my own medicine. Finally make it to the hidden char camp, discover them, another cutscene, and oh, our main character is fully voiced, and the voice acting isn't bad.
The Char invasion force. Captain Calhan was right.
Okay.
They've spotted us! Back to the wall!
Nice. Nice. I like the lore. I like the music. The music matches with the vocal acting, the voice acting. You know, if you combine those properly, it makes the lore more immersive, and I like that shit. It's like freaking watching Lord of the Ring. You know, when Gandalf says, you know, when the Balrog shows up, and then everybody's like, what on earth is that shit? Well, they didn't say it like that. But then Gandalf goes back, he closes his eyes, opens his eyes, goes, this is a Balrog. This foes is beyond any of you. Run! And you hear the music like dun 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 dun, and you hear the fucking roar from the Balrog. Oh my fucking god! If you combine all these elements together, you are so making me emotionally horny. Like not horny, but what's the word? The you make me hype. You know, you make me happy. Oh, welcome to my channel, god damn it.
And now the second part of this mission begins, which is literally run away. There's an army of Char behind us, and we cannot fight them all. It's now a race against time to report this to the captain, and thankfully the route back is pretty much a straight line, so we can't get lost. My henchmen do, however, hang behind and sacrifice themselves to allow me to escape. While running, let's have a read of some reviews. Old, but it's extremely massive despite that. Gameplay, 9 out of 10. Puzzles, 3 out of 10. Action, 9 out of 10. Atmosphere, 10 out of 10. Classic RPG, but so epic storylines. Specifically when you have all the expansions. One of the best MMOs on the market. I love the engaging story, the most which is followed by good combat solo or a group of great...
Question, guys. Anybody watching this vid, do you think that ANET may, in the future or someday, kind of, you know, like, upgrade this game, like the Guild Wars 1 type of gameplay, into another, you know, like, I don't know, Guild Wars 1.2 maybe, or 1.5, with bigger maps, more henchmen, better design, better everything. Are you feeling my drift? Because I would so, what's the word again? I don't want to say come. What's the word again? Well, I would so be hyper. The only word I have in mind is hyper. I would so be... Because this is the kind of shit that I like. I like this thing. But how come I never knew? How come I never heard about it? How come? Oh my god. Are you... Oh lord. Are you... And I remember I played this game before, but I only played the free trial, and I did not... I don't know why I didn't continue. I think I was too hooked with World of Warcraft. I think it's because of World of Warcraft. But you know what? Screw World of Warcraft. I'm done with it. I think... You know what? Yeah, Guild Wars 1,
great
yeah.
players that fills the world of Guild Wars. A must-play for any MMO fan.
Oh,
And a
shit,
meta
yeah.
score of 89 with a user score of 8.3.
Oh.
With a summary of Guild Wars takes the best elements of today's massively multiplayer
Oh,
online
shit.
games and combines
Oh,
them
I'm
with
buying.
a new
I'm buying it.
mission-based design
I'm
that
buying it.
eliminates the
Okay, I'm buying it, guy. You won me. You won me. I'm coming. I'm coming. Oh, that means I'm coming. There you go.
tedium of those games. You can meet new friends in towns or outposts, form a party, and
Oh
then go
shit.
tackle a quest
Oh
together.
shit.
I'm inclined to agree with most of those. To put it into perspective, the Guild Wars 1 trilogy, which contains prophecies, factions, Nightfall, but not
Now, okay, the trilogy. What does that entail? Do you get more levels, or is it level 20 with more lore? That's what I wonder. Like, what you get a new like Nightfall. What does Nightfall and the other one faction does? Like, I'm because I'm gonna buy both. I'm gonna buy the $40 thingy that comes with all the expansion because I just want to have them all from the start without having to like, oh, should I? No, no. You know what? You already won me right now from the start. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna buy it, but I don't know what it entails. You get like I don't know what the feature. I'm gonna read what the feature does. Like what I mean, you buy the expansion. What does it give you more or less or whatever? If it's the lore, then good because I love stories, guys. So and also please, if I play Guild Wars 1, please do not spoil anything. Do not spoil any storyline. I beg all of you. Do not. Do not. If you think you may spoil something, it's better you say nothing because it happened twice already to Guild Wars 2 while I was doing storyline, and it really made me sad. Like, no, literally, it made me sad. I was even angry. I was angry and sad. So please, if I play Guild Wars 1, do not come on my comment channel and say, oh, this is what's gonna happen. Be careful. Like, no, bro, please don't do that. I swear to God, tell your friends, tell yourself, don't do this. Please, because you're gonna make me, like, I'm gonna feel uncomfortable. I'm gonna feel angry, and. And also, somebody suggested to disable comment. I don't want to disable comment because I want you to comment, but in the name of common sense, at the same time, like you understand that, if I start something, you don't want to like, oh, this is what's gonna happen, and this is what's gonna happen, and this is what's gonna happen. Don't worry, please. You don't want to do that. Please don't do that. Anyway, I haven't even played it yet, but I'm already because the thing is, last time I did not mention that, and I thought it was obvious to not spoil something. So, but I guess for some people, sometimes, it may be not obvious. And I was really sad, guys. When I said I was sad, it took me 3 weeks. When somebody told me what's gonna happen to Tybalt at the end of the storyline, he actually told me what it was gonna happen. Indirectly or directly, doesn't matter. But I knew about it, and I was super mega sad. So please don't do that. I really mean it. Don't do that. Don't tell me what's gonna happen to any major character or whatever, because if that happens, that's not gonna be good, and I'm gonna be sad. And if I'm sad, that's not good. I don't want to be sad. Anyway,
Not
God.
Eye of the North is on Steam and currently has a 93% approval rating.
Oh.
It is one of the best online RPGs Steam sells. My henchmen have bravely stayed behind and die, and I reach the wall as the human NPCs run forward.
Right now, I so want to buy it right now. Oh my
And
God.
start battling the Char, and then I stupidly look away from the keyboard to write down how cool this is, and then I die. And I respawn. At the start of the whole mission, god damn it. Right, because we wiped, we need to go through the whole thing again.
What?
This time I am changing my henchman squad around. I'm taking a mage for more burst DPS. Here's one aspect I really dislike and wish was done better. The information about your character is extremely fragmented. You have a total health and a total amount of mana, and your weapon does elemental type damage, and you sometimes have boosts from your armor and items and equipment and stats and skills. And finding all this information is spread throughout various screens. You need to look down to see your health. You need to hover your cursor over your weapon to see how much damage you're doing. You need to open your skills to see what your skills can do. I would like one definitive stats window with all of the important numerical values of your character listed on it. I want to be able to see at a glance, without hovering my mouse over anything, how much damage I'm doing on average, what elements I'm attacking with, how much defense I've got, how much elemental energy recharge I've got, how much hit point recharge rate I've got, and I would love a comparison tooltip whenever I hover over a new item or or weapon to show me the gains or losses from equipping it compared to what I've currently got equipped. Currently, you just need to remember what you have and then compare them mentally in your own head. I know this isn't a game-breaking mechanical bug, it's just a quality of life update I would really enjoy. If there's already a screen with this info on it and I've just missed it, or there's an option to turn on compare with currently equipped when you cursor over an item, please let me know. Hang on, you can equip anything, can't you? And my wand is doing 5 to 6 damage, but this sword is doing more. And I could equip a shield and I could just use a sword and a shield as a necromancer. A hammer. I can be a necromancer with a hammer. I seem to have accidentally recreated Hector from Castlevania, and I'm completely on board with this. I wonder if I can complete and hand in the bonus quest twice for more experience, so I checked the wiki and no, sadly you can't. Lovely 5-hour play warning from the game. Always nice to be reminded just how much time I'm sitting here wasting. Honestly, the not being able to drop things from your account under 24 hours is awful. Please remove this limitation for paid accounts. Oh, burning the boss down is a lot faster now we have a mage, and now that I know what I'm doing. Spot the char again, play the cutscene again, run away again. This time pay attention and actually finish the quest. Fantastic. After that, I just journey around for a bit, accepting quests and following what few plot threads I've picked up. Some NPC collectors want items I've been...
That's a very small bag. The backpack is very small, like, seriously, like... Come on, man. You get fills up, and then what you gonna do? Have to go back, you have to come back to town all the time. Oh my god, this is insane. I got 24 hours. Are you Oh man.
Finding in the co-op missions or the wildlands, and I've also discovered you can hold Alt to have all the NPCs display their nameplates and jobs, so finding a merchant just became a lot easier. I even find this skill seller and pick up the Resurrection skill. You can use it once on every mission and it recharges when you go back to a main city hub. Oh, I've also got the Animate Bone Horror spell, so now I can be an actual necromancer with minions. Let's just imagine that this wasn't online. Let's imagine I just bought this as an offline adventure game. I'd still be pretty happy. There's a load of choices and builds and content. This is a decent RPG game outside of its online capabilities. Now, I've only been playing through the opening part of the Prophecies campaign. I've been playing what many consider to be the slowest, dullest part of the game, and I've still had a pretty good time. I've not even touched on the apparently legendary PvP, so I'll just take it from other far more experienced players and assume the PvP is as good as people say it is. Guild Wars 1 is a classic RPG. It's a narrative-driven fantasy adventure game with thousands of builds, and it's playable completely.
Thousands of builds, seriously, man? How do you get thousands of builds in there? Like I said, I need to verify that by myself. I need to verify that myself. How did you know? 1,000 builds? Come on. No way!
Solo, but you can team up with other players or with your friends and go on the adventure together if you want to. You can follow the story, or you can take on co-op missions on hard mode. It's an adventure game with a defined start, middle and end. And while this can often be seen as a bad thing for an MMORPG, Guild Wars 1 isn't. It's an essential design element.
Whoa. He has 2 minions over here and 3 henchmen, so that's 5 people total. 3, 4. That's messed up. That is messed up. Oh, because it's a necromancer, okay.
Of a capable adventure game. It's not afraid to say, this is where you begin, this is how the adventure progresses, this is what you do at the end, and then that's that. But there's thousands of hours of stuff to do before you get there. If you join me on Twitch, chances are I'm still going to be playing this because I've really enjoyed it.
When did he? September 4, 2021. That wasn't too long ago. That was like freaking September, October, November. That was like 4 months ago. That was 1 month before I start playing Guild Wars 2. Is he still playing that? Let me go check his let me see what he uploads right now. What's his video he's uploading? Future of the channel. Huh? What? Amazon DMC. Okay. So he did talk about the DMCA on New World account from the other guy. Yeah. Oh, I didn't watch this video. I should see it. Vindictus. What is it? The beta? Vindictus. No. That's Final Fantasy 14, is it? I think it's Final Fantasy 14. Terra. Okay, what is he doing? Like okay, what? New World Timeline and Failure. Okay, I need to watch this, by the way. I wanted to play New World, but because I don't like Bezos, I'm sorry guys, it's something I just don't like Bezos. I'm sorry. He just copies people idea, and anyway, it doesn't matter. I just don't. Anyway, you know what? I don't. No, I don't think I'll play New World ever. Never Winter. You did not. Did he? You. I need to watch this later. Oh my god. What MMO should you play? Okay. Okay. Why? Where's Callan Rebirth? Can they save it? What are you? Elsewhere, pay to win. What is he? There's no title. I don't even know what title of the game. No, he doesn't play. He's not playing Guild Wars 1. I don't see any video of Guild Wars 1. Like, I mean, he's just making reviews of different MMOs. Aeon, why games lose player? Okay, he's giving his New World last. Forsaken World sucks, but doesn't. Rise to War is awful. Group Armament is old. He's not playing Guild Wars 1. Like, look, would you guys see any Guild Wars 1? Warframe. Uh, Special Ever Dead PC design. What the hell, Uncharted? Okay, Final Fantasy 4. Oh, come on. Final Fantasy 4. Come on. Casual. This is Aura Kingdom. Final Fantasy 4 actually sold out. Okay, okay, but where's your Guild Wars 1, bro? Tried, yeah, okay, yeah. A lot of the commentary. Worst MMO, Lucian Hard could destroy RPG Luna. Ah, okay, there's no. Okay, yeah, he's not playing a Guild Wars 1. Yeah, he's not a Guild War. Yeah, maybe he does play, but he doesn't like make like videos like, of Guild Wars 1. Let me see. MMO, Meridian, Sandbox, PvP, Cave to Kingdom. What are these games? What is he even talking about? DLC, Horrors, Armor, Legend Online. What? What is Sword of Legends? Pay to win runes gameplay. How the MMO became less social. Why do Cammy Go plays? Okay, you know what? I'm done. Yeah. Well, I mean, he looks like he has a lot of good content, but he's not like a Guild Wars 2 or Guild Wars 1 fan. Like, I don't think he is
and
because.
if you've got the game, it'd be
Yeah.
really cool to team up sometime.
Well,
it's got its issues.
I don't know because I don't know what he's doing in his free time, but I don't know. I don't see any Guild Wars 1 video apart from this guy here.
The early game crafting isn't explained too well. The ability to permanently lock yourself away from the early game pre-searing skill points is annoying, and it's somewhat obtuse to find all of your character information at a glance. But for the majority, it seems to have aged like a fine wine. I've only seen a tiny bit of what Guild Wars 1 has to offer, and already I know I am probably going to try and finish this game. You can argue about it being an MMO or not being an MMO
Ascalon
all day. But what it is just a really good classic adventure, which lets you bring your friends along. So to end the review, I guess that's got to be the award because it's the most direct and fair thing I can say. Guild Wars 1. It's a classic fantasy adventure, but with friends. Unless you don't have any, in which case there's henchmen. Unless you have the factions or Nightfall pack, in which case there's heroes and you can customize them more. And you can play it solo. But it's also...
I want to see the customizing. Where is he talking about? I don't even know what customizing... Like, I don't know what it entails. I need to try that shit. And you can play solo, but it's also kind of online.
kind of online. And you can do online stuff if you want to. But you don't have to.
You don't... Well, I'm a solo player, so I've been... Solo with henchman? Oh, God. Oh God, I love that shit. I love that idea. Just like Elder Scroll Online brought in a companion, and it's kind of sad that I cannot play the game, and I'm very angry at ZeniMax, and I'm very angry at them because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to fix the issue, and they're throwing out all excuses on the consumers, us, the players. They're saying that we have to fix it ourselves. I'm like, bro, man. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't want to talk about them, but anyway, but you don't have to.
10. Cheers for watching. Another massive thank you to the...
Okay, what was his last...
This henchman.
How much does
Unless
he give?
you have the factions or Nightfall pack.
Oh, he gives a 10?
Heroes and you can customize them more. And you can play it solo. But it's also kind of online. And you can do online stuff if you want to. But you don't have to. Out of 10. Cheers.
Huh? Out of 10. What? Okay, he doesn't even give a number. He just... This is... Okay, oh, yeah, well, I don't know how... Well, okay.
For watching. Another massive thank you to the supporters on Patreon and Twitch who keep the channel alive. You can support from only £1 a month.
Yeah, I wish I had a Patreon, but I don't know.
Check the video description for links to the Patreon, Twitch, Twitter, and our Discord. And as always, have a great day.
Alright, so, this is what I think. I think that I'm gonna like the game because this is my type of gameplay technically. You know, I'm not saying that I don't like Guild Wars 2 gameplay. What I'm saying is that this is literally my type of gameplay. I like if I were to choose, I would choose this type of gameplay because I'm a solo player and I like to have companions with me. You know what I mean? I did not know Guild Wars 1 had the option to have companions, like sincerely, because I just like companions. I don't know how to explain it. It makes me feel like a Dungeon and Dragons and you're with your own team. Because sometimes it's hard. I don't like to team up. It's not I don't like to, because I don't mind to team up, but I prefer to have henchmen like companions. You know what I'm saying? Because back in World of Warcraft, I would do dungeons, dailies, and everything, and I wouldn't mind to be with them, but I just so many experience. I had so much bad experience with random people in a random queuing for dungeons. Even in Final Fantasy 14, and even in freaking Elder Scroll Online, I have so much. Well, it's not so much, but like I have a lot of bad experience that I just want to be with a crew that doesn't judge me or criticize me and just we die, we win, we win. Let's be together. Way, are you feeling my drift? And that's why I like companionship. I like that shit. I really do. And if one day ANET decides to do another, a Guild Wars 1, okay, I don't know, a Guild Wars 1.2 or 1.5, I know that's not going to happen. But you never know. Never say never. Justin Bieber said it. Never say never. Anyway, so that's. So, if they decide to do something similar but with better graphic, bigger map, bigger whatever, bigger everything with this type of gameplay, oh my god. It would be like, I don't want to say the next word, but it would be like that. Yeah. It would be like that it would, yeah, that, yeah. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching and let me know what you guys think. I really like his review. Way better than the Lazy Peon. The only thing is that you know what? I think I know why he said worst MMO ever. That's just like a bait. It's a clickbait. It's a way to say, oh, he's gonna say something bad about Guild Wars, and once you do watch it, it's like all good. So it's kind of a clickbait to attract people to click. Well, it's a good thing. It's a bad thing. I don't know. It's relative, but it's a clickbait. You guys know it's like, oh, he's gonna say something bad about Guild Wars. I want to watch that. But then you end up, oh, he was trolling me. He likes the game. Son of a gun. Anyway, guys, so thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna buy Guild Wars 1. And yes, don't get me wrong. I'm still gonna play Guild Wars 2. But I want to play Guild Wars 1 right now. I'm gonna make my first video. Holy shish kebab! Holy shish kebab! Woohoo! All right, guys, let's go. All right, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Please like, comment, sub, whatever. Thank you. Love you. Mwah, pig, skank, spank. I mean, cheers. Yes. Oh God.